Decades of severe.
Buddy, let's see here. We are at 9:06. Tornado warning now active for folks who are with us in Hopkins County, and Weather Service with the storm that has been something we've been watching for the last little bit. Produced some what looks like maybe up to ping pong ball size hail earlier on, and that thing has since had a little bit more rotational look to it. Had some friends who were at some baseball games, or a softball game rather, earlier over at Lone Oak, and was watching this thing try to start to spin up, and about 35 minutes or so ago started to see some rough indications of what could be coming together with that, and so it has now at least done enough to prompt the warning. Weather Service with the southern Hopkins County, northern Range County till 9:30. Storm located near Point, or about 14 miles south of Commerce, moving east at 45. Again, the hail core up here. Components that we're dealing with are, let's split the screen up here a little bit, and it'll take a second, and the radar will populate the velocity product on the right-hand side of the screen, and it'll put the reflectivity on the left. So if we've got anything, I think based off of what we're looking at, it's going to be in this area here near Lone Oak, and so that's going to be at least where it looks like our best positioning on that down to near Point. Although this stuff down here near Point looks to be more outbound wind as opposed to outbound and inbound kind of concentrated there. So we'll look anywhere from, I'd say probably back up closer to Yanis, or back up closer to Lone Oak is where I think our better position is. But regardless of anything tornadic, the hail in there is going to be plenty to deal with. And so you got that again south of Cumbie. Here's 1567. This storm going east at 45. So I think this thing's going to continue to run kind of right there, more of a west to east pattern, west side of Highway 19 right now. And again, Weather Service indicating upwards to ping pong ball size hail, easy for me to say, in the storm, and at least the largest of the hail there. Tornado watch box continues this evening until, I believe it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, a lot of haze all over the place, honestly, and we're seeing that quite a bit. And that's been something, I believe, that's related to some fires going on down well south of our area, down south of the United States, which is being brought in via this good southerly wind that we've got in place right now. All right, so let's pull off concern back over to radar scope real fast, and I want to look at this on their velocity. Yeah. So you got some broad rotation there, but I don't see anything incredibly tight. Let's see. So we're at 9:10 right now. Tornado warning for Hopkins County as well as the northern part of Range County. As you can see here, the polygon, let me take this back off of the velocity real quick. So the polygon, the red polygon indicates the tornado warning. That this yellow one is yellow larger box for the severe thunderstorm warning that was issued earlier. So keep that in mind. Emory, you guys are not in the tornado warning per se. That's going to be just north of y'all, up the northernmost part of the county. Okay, but folks in Point, the polygon itself just north, just extends just to maybe the north side of town. but the overall rotation again is going to be back up closer to if whatever we have is going to be back up closer to the county line, probably just to the north. Yeah, more into southern Hopkins County and yeah, seeing reports golf ball size hail reported in Cumbie just a short time ago, which makes perfect sense. That was from Hopkins County law enforcement showing that. So again, Cumbie back up to the north. And typically, again, if you've got that hail concentration, if there's anything tornadic, it's going to be down, displaced just to the south of that better hail. But again, looks pretty darn broad, at least at the moment. But we'll watch it nonetheless. So let's see here. We'll pull this back onto reflectivity. We'll pull out for just a second, show you a little bit of a loop here as we kind of watch this thing kind of progress. We had expected to see some thunderstorms pop up starting at some point around 6, 7 o'clock, and we have seen those pop up. This main storm here that's produced the tornado warning was one of the earlier storms to really get fired up, and it just kind of hung out and gradually intensified. You had some stuff further down south, down in towards Dallas County, but this guy here has been the big one so far, and it has really been the big player here so far this evening. Weather Service saying that Hunt and Rains County are going to be removed from the tornado warning here shortly. So that's good news. And that lines up with what we were talking about. It looked as if the main area of concern, what there is going to be a little more up into southern Hopkins County, southwestern Hopkins County, I would say, to be more exact. So I'm not sure when that will take place. But again, when we're looking at the velocity product on the right-hand side, these red shadings are moving out away from the Fort Worth radar side, the green shading moving in, just to kind of get you reacclimated to things. Okay, yeah, so Weather Service has officially canceled that warning for, let's see, a tornado warning for East Central Hunt and Northern Rains County canceled. Tornadic thunderstorm has moved out of that area. So that's good news there. So it looks like they're just going to keep that southern part of Hopkins County in the official polygon. As you can see that kind of change up on the screen here. It's 9:14 coming up on 9:15, so we're hanging here for a tornado warning that was issued about 10 to 15 minutes or so ago, only impacting now one county in our area, and that's going to be southwestern Hopkins County. This the tornadic, anything tornadic will pass south of Sulphur Springs. There's Interstate 30, all right? So what we have there, pretty broad, but if there is something there, obviously, we want to give it plenty of attention and plenty of clearance as well. Hail looks to be the more widespread and more confident piece of the equation there here for now, at least. So we'll pull back here and look at this on. Yeah, Rains County okay right now, Sharon. You got a heck of a lightning show off, and moving to the east, off to the north of you guys. So I'm sure you're glad to hear that. For much of the area here for the next little bit, Storm Prediction Center had the enhanced severe weather risk in place for a large part of East Texas for this afternoon and this evening. You can step outside. I mean, it is really sticky out there. 76 on the dew point right now here at the house. Temperature is 81. So it's been really muggy. There's a lot of juice in the atmosphere, and with this cool air aloft coming in, and the winds turning a good bit from the ground upward, it makes a really good environment for thunderstorms, and there's just a lot of gas there that you throw a match on it and it will light up. So that's kind of where we're sitting at right now. Consist of the ones that are over Hopkins County and let's see here. Did they trim Rains County out of the severe thunderstorm warning? Looks like they may have. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the better hail is going to be north of that northern Rains County line, although there is probably some hail back here near Lone Oak, or southwest of Lone Oak, I should say. Oh, hey, Tori, I see you there. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. All right, so other thunderstorms back to the southwest over towards Mesquite. This line's just kind of been gradually zipping to the south and making it a little bit more rainfall on the map here this evening. You hide in the bathroom in Yanis there? Oh, I see you there, Patricia. Okay. Yeah, so let's take a look there at Yanis real fast. Things running kind of slow tonight. All right, sorry, I think we lost y'all for a second there. Having some really glitchy internet stuff going on tonight, so sorry about that. Not sure what to make of that, but those are sometimes the nights that we have to deal with here. So again, 9:20. Tornado warning continues for folks in southern Hopkins County. That's the only one we have for the moment. Sulphur Springs area, guys, just some heavy rainfall. The polygon itself, the tornado warning polygon, does not include Sulphur Springs proper. Okay, this is just that southern part of Hopkins County. So you guys from Como back to the west, you guys are the ones involved in this, but this will be south of Sulphur Springs. Nothing in Grand Saline, Sharon. All right, good. Yeah, pretty good light show probably off to the north of you. I would expect a really good light show off to the north of you, actually. Yeah, you guys, Yanis, Mary, the hail and that is going to pass probably just to the north of you, at least the bulk of that hail. So it looks like the hail's trying to get itself a little bit more reorganized on those last couple of scans there. At 20. So golf balls reported by the fire department, southern Hopkins County along Highway 19 back about 2 minutes ago. So that totally jives. See these. So here's 19 here. This area this hail heading east. So you guys along and just west of 154 in the midst of that now. If you guys along 154, you're going to end up with some pretty good hail crossing there. south of Sulphur Springs in the next 10 to 20 minutes. Brandy for Wills down as far south as I-20, but that stuff's, at the moment at least, sub-severe. Hannah, yeah, Emory, there's some rain on the way, but from the warning. So this hail potential is going to pass good ways north of Emory. There'll be a secondary little storm back off to the just to the northwest of you guys at Emory. Looks like it is potentially producing some hail, but not nearly as impressive as this big guy, which has been was the main storm to start the show here earlier on. So Weather Service is going to put a new warning out here in a second. Let's see here what they're going to end up doing with that. All right, let's sound it.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
All right, new severe thunderstorm warning now for southern Franklin and northern Wood County until 10:30. Storms located 9 miles south of Sulphur Springs, moving east at 35, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and up to Ping Pong Ball, southern Franklin County. All right, this is not going to include the city equipment. This is not going to include folks in Mineola, Holly Lake. All right, it's going to be for this guy here. But on that trajectory, he's going to pass north of the higher population centers. Now, you guys at Winsboro, you are in that warning. Okay, so we do want to not a tornado warning. Looking deeper into the statement itself, Weather Service saying a tornado is possible out of this, but inch and a half hail and the 70-mile-an-hour winds seem to be the greater concern. So, again, new severe thunderstorm warning, northern Wood County and southern Franklin County. This is to get south of Mount Vernon. So you guys in Mount Vernon proper up along I-30, not involved in this. Out of Winsboro, all that. So ping pongs, I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at for sure. But that'll be for this stuff here, which will be tracking off to the east. Let's take back a quick look at velocity real fast on the radar scope. And not seeing anything that just looks spooky by any stretch. Some broad rotation there. The tornado warning will go for another 2 minutes, so that'll expire at 9:30 for folks in southern Hopkins County. So let's see here. Yeah, so they're going to let the clock run out on that at 9:30. So we're at 9:28 right now. So we'll hang here at least for that. Panola County, Tammy, not much doing in y'all's neck of the woods right now. Really, the main show is probably going to be this guy here for now over southern Hopkins County. People asking about Smith County. I mean, we'll get some some good lightning out of this thing here for the next little bit. But there's a chance that this stuff could end up. It's going to take its sweet time getting here if it can in fact continue to make some. It's making some southeastward movement, but. All right. So new severe thunderstorm warning now coming out for folks in southern. It's going to be southern storm. Let's see here. This is going to replace the tornado warning. Thunderstorms located 7 miles southwest of Como or 8 miles south of Sulphur Springs, moving east at 20 golf balls and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Radar indicated on the bulk of that hail, although we have had some pretty decent-sized hail reports coming out of southern Hopkins County of late. So upwards to golf balls in that storm, and that can do some considerable damage. Winds upwards to 60 miles an hour with that as well. So while the 60 mile an hour meets the minimum threshold, the golf balls is significant. And law enforcement, it looks like just a report of golf ball sized hail at Highway 19 and County Road 1174 in Hopkins County just a few minutes ago at 9:25. So we're at 9:30 now. We are tornado warning free. The severe thunderstorm warning is the product we have working with us tonight, and so that's going to continue affecting kind of a lot of that rural section of southern Hopkins County. You guys in Como are definitely still in the path of this, and looks like Nichols about 3 miles south of Sulphur Springs. Being reported here in the last few minutes as well. It looks like the overall intensity of the storm, as far as reflectivity goes, you'll notice it looks like it's come down somewhat from what it was here just a few scans ago, which is obviously a good direction to see that trending. So we've got at least what looks like some kind of a downward move in this over the last little bit. So let's see what our echo tops look like too. Just kind of show us what the tops on the thunderstorm look like. The higher the top, the more intense the thunderstorm. The lower the top, the indicating a lower amount of intensity there. So you can see those numbers, how they were stronger, those brighter colors. Up to 50,000 per se, 50,000 feet. Notice how the elevation of the storm has come down quite a bit in the last few scans, so indicating that it seems to be losing some of its composure there, which is good. That's what we want to see. So we'll take echo tops off. Let's go back to reflectivity. And that lines up with how we're seeing the overall reflectivity diminish as well. Notice how we had quite a bit of that purplish shading in there earlier when the storm was back over southwestern Hopkins County, and now seems to have lost a good chunk of that, and seems to be losing some additional steam as it heads into the Como area. So I like the trends there on that. Is Grant Saline out of the woods, Sharon? I think Grant Saline's A-OK for now. Again, we've got some storms back off to the west. Non-severe at the moment. All right. But they are still trying to, keep themselves somewhat together. I would expect that we would lose some additional steam from this stuff as we go into the next couple hours and lose some of our daytime heating. This front that's going to be just limping through will still be in the area tomorrow, so it's not sweeping through here tonight and providing a continual focus mechanism for anything. But we do have still quite a bit of juice in the atmosphere, even at this hour of the day. But since we've lost our daytime heating, I expect we'll see this stuff gradually lose some steam as we go deeper into the night. So for now, at 9:34, we'll step aside from the live and continue to post updates as we need to here during the evening hours. But severe thunderstorm warning again now, still in place for folks southern Hopkins County. Could be some, I'd say probably at this point, probably quarters to maybe some ping pong balls in there potentially, but based on the overall appearance of this particular area of more intense activity. Looks like it's come down somewhat of late. So be back in if we need to for anything tornadic and or anything more sizable from the severe weather standpoint. Thank you all for stopping in tonight. Sorry the internet's been a little bit slow. We'll try to figure that out and hopefully be able to give you a little bit faster speed and a little bit more consistent connectivity here on that if we need to later on tonight. We'll have a 70 forecast in the morning as we do each and every weekday morning between 7 and 7:30. There will be severe weather on the table tomorrow again, and then we start to dry out and we'll have less humidity during the second half or during the very latter part of the week going into the weekend. So I think a lot of folks will be pleased with that, especially after the last couple of days we've had. But we'll talk more later as we need to, guys. Y'all enjoy your evening. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for watching this live broadcast from Doc Deason's Weather. When weather's at its worst, we're at our best. Doc Deason's Weather, the